Thank you for joining me today as we talk about home cooking fire safety. I'm Caroline Kusher with the Spokane Valley Fire Department. I'm the Community Risk Reduction Specialist. We're an all-hazards fire department that's located in northeastern Washington in Spokane Valley, and we respond to medical emergency calls, structure fires, both commercial and residential, motor vehicle crashes, as well as hazardous material calls, water and ice rescue, trench rescue, high angle rescue. We even have a team of medics that go out with the county SWAT team, as well as a team of medics on a rescue helicopter. Since we can't meet in person, we're bringing you this video today to talk about cooking safety. We've got some simple and safe tips that you can share with your family and friends. Cooking is the leading cause of home fires and home fire injuries. Cooking is the second leading cause of home fire fatalities, right behind smoking. And 6 out of 7 dorm fires are caused because of cooking. So as seniors getting ready to go to school, go to a dorm, get your own apartment, or perhaps you're staying at home with more increased responsibilities in the kitchen, these safe and simple tips are important for you to keep you and your loved ones safe. Our goal is to help reduce the number of calls as well as the severity of those calls. Home fires, home fire injuries, and fatalities. Did you know that you can put out a small grease fire with a cookie sheet? Yeah. What we recommend is when you're cooking, keep a tight-fitting lid or a cookie sheet nearby. If there's a small grease fire, take the cookie sheet, slide it over the fire, over the pan, turn the burner off. Now leave it alone. Let it cool down. Don't move the pan, don't peek, lift the lid up. You've now introduced oxygen back into the fire. It can reignite. So again, slide the pan over, turn the burner off, and leave it alone till it cools down. You've now put out a small grease fire. Now, before we start the details of this talk, I want to find out how much you already know about cooking safety. So I've got 3 questions for you. First one is a yes or no question. Is it okay to cook when you're tired or drowsy? Question number 2 is also a yes or no question. Is it okay to leave the kitchen when you've got something cooking on the stove? And question number 3, how far away from the stove or cooktop should you keep your flammable objects? So remember those answers, and we'll get back to them at the end to see how much more you learned today. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the details. Question number 1, is it okay to sleep? Is it okay to cook when you're sleepy or tired or drowsy? No, it's not. You need to be alert. So if you're tired, if you're drowsy, if you're on medication that might get you tired or drowsy, whether that's prescription medication, over-the-counter medication, recreational or illicit drugs or alcohol, if you're impaired, it is not okay to cook. You need to be alert. If you're impaired, you might not be able to control what you're cooking. You might not be able to control where those flammable objects are in relationship to the stove. You might not be able to control a child or a pet that comes near the stovetop. So it's not okay to cook when you're impaired. Stay alert, you need to be alert. If you're hungry and you're impaired, consider a sandwich or a bowl of cereal, something that doesn't require you to cook. Question number 2, is it okay to leave the kitchen when you've got something on the stove? That would be called unattended cooking. And no, it's not okay to leave the kitchen when you've got something cooking on the stove. Unattended cooking is the leading cause of cooking fires, and over half of the deaths are related to unattended cooking. So it is not okay. Stay with your food, stay in the kitchen. If you have something that you're frying, broiling, grilling, boiling, stay in the kitchen. It only takes a couple seconds for a fire to start, especially if it's got to do with grease or oil. Just a couple seconds for it to overheat, flash, and burn, and now you've got a cooking fire. So no, it's not okay to leave your food unattended. Stay with your food, stay in the kitchen. If you have to leave, turn off the burner, move the food or move the pan and the food to a cooler burner, and then when you come back into the room, start cooking again. Try and avoid as many multitasking or distractions as you can while you're cooking. And question number 3. How far away should flammable objects be from your stovetop? They should be at least 3 feet away. Over 60% of the fires, cooking fires, involve the stovetop or the range top. You need to keep flammable objects away from the stovetop, at least 3 feet. Flammable objects include paper plates, garbage, textbooks, notebooks, towels, pizza boxes. Your cooktop isn't a countertop. You need to keep flammable objects at least 3 feet away. It's easy to accidentally flip a burner and the switch turns on. A pet can do that, you can do that, I can do that, a friend can do that. On an electric or a gas stove, you want to have at least 3 feet of clearance, 3 feet away from that stovetop where you put your flammable objects. So, let's review what we've learned today. Question number 1. Is it okay to cook when you're tired or drowsy? No, you got to be alert. Question number 2. Is it okay to leave the kitchen when you've got something on the stove? No, it's not okay. Stay with your food, stay in the kitchen. And question number 3, how far away from the stovetop should you keep flammable objects? And that's at least 3 feet away from the stovetop. So, if you've got any questions, feel free to call us at our fire prevention department at 509-928-1700. You can check out our Facebook page or our YouTube channel or our website at www.spokanevalleyfire.com. You can also go to the National Fire Protection Association's webpage at www.nfpa.org. You can also go there to check out cooking fire safety, but many more topics about fire safety, and share those safety tips with your friends and family. So again, these small, simple tips that we shared with you today should be a part of every recipe that you cook. Please join me in spreading the word about including these ingredients in every recipe that you have. So again, thanks again for being here today, and enjoy your cooking. Bye-bye.